Before you go, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button and join our YouTube family. Thank you for your support. The moment Janelle uttered the words, "We talked about the spiritual divorce, and I think I'm ready," something shifted irreversibly within the Brown family. It wasn't shouted. It wasn't dramatic. It was calm, measured, and devastating in its finality. This wasn't anger speaking. This was clarity. And clarity, once found, cannot be undone. Almost immediately, the cracks that had been forming for years began to split wide open. Kody Brown revealed that he had received yet another email, this time from a woman asking to get to know the family, with the quiet but unmistakable intention of joining it. In another era, this might have been treated as hopeful or even celebratory. Now, it felt grotesquely out of place. The timing was cruel. The implication was worse. Robyn Brown, once the unquestioned center of Kody's emotional universe, had become a ghost inside her own home. The house stood quiet, too quiet. Empty rooms echoed with absence. A single locked letter sat untouched, symbolic of everything left unsaid. And Kody, the man who once claimed to thrive in chaos, now wandered those bare walls alone, pleading for answers that would never come. The Brown family wasn't just fracturing, it was collapsing. Christine had already walked away, choosing freedom over endurance. Meri lingered in emotional exile, long accustomed to invisibility. Janelle had drawn her line, with quiet resolve. And now, Kody stood at the epicenter of the wreckage, staring at the ruins of a family he once declared eternal. Yet instead of reflection, Kody offered something else entirely. "I'm not the man I once was," he admitted. "Maybe I need someone new." Those words, spoken without music, without build-up, hit harder than any explosion could have. With that single sentence, Kody ignited a firestorm that consumed not just the Brown family, but millions of viewers who had watched this experiment unfold for nearly 2 decades. Season 20 of Sister Wives opens not with warmth, not with unity, but with isolation. Gone are the shared breakfasts, the prayer circles, the forced smiles. Instead, the premiere cuts abruptly to a dimly lit confessional. Kody sits alone, clad in his familiar leather jacket, but the man inside it looks different. Older, thinner, worn down. His eyes no longer sparkle with conviction. They scan the floor, heavy with regret. "This family," he says slowly, "it's not what it used to be." He pauses.
No soundtracks wells.
No producer interrupts. Then, quietly, almost shamefully, he adds, "Maybe I need something different. Maybe I need someone new." For years, viewers watched Kody's attention drift like a receding tide, pulling away from Meri, Janelle, and Christine, only to crash fully onto Robyn. She was labeled the favorite, the rescuer, the wife who understood him when the others could not. But now, the narrative has flipped completely. Kody is no longer defending Robyn. He's replacing her. As the opening montage rolls, old footage of shared meals, pregnancy announcements, the iconic family van, the contrast is brutal. What once felt chaotic but alive now feels hollow. The family is scattered. The bonds are broken. And everyone looks exhausted. In his premiere confessional, Kody finally speaks the words no one expected. "I thought Robyn was my person," he says. "I really did. But something's missing. I feel trapped again. And it's not her fault. I'm just different now." Those words cut deeply, not only for viewers, but for the women who sacrificed years of their lives to make his vision work. The man who once preached balance and spiritual unity is now searching for an exit. The producers follow Kody into therapy, an unprecedented moment. The therapist asks him a simple question. "What are you looking for?" His answer sends shockwaves. "A wife who believes in me," he says. "Someone who doesn't come with 15 years of baggage." The internet explodes. Did he really just reduce his wives and his children to baggage? Some viewers are outraged. Others, disturbingly, agree with him. In Flagstaff, Meri watches the teaser clip alone. Her expression doesn't change. "I don't have the energy to be surprised anymore," she says flatly. Janelle reacts differently, her fists clenched, her jaw tight. A new wife? After everything? Is replacing women really his solution to every failure? And Robyn? She says nothing. She just cries. An insider later reveals that season 20 is the rawest footage the show has ever captured. Contracts were reviewed.
Producers wept.
One assistant reportedly broke down after filming a devastating argument between Kody and Robyn, an argument viewers wouldn't see until episode 3. But everything begins here, with Kody's declaration that he is moving forward. Halfway through the premiere, viewers are stunned to see Kody entering an office in Salt Lake City. Inside waits a professional matchmaker. Clipboard in hand. Smile practiced. "What are you looking for?" she asks. Someone level-headed. Not jealous. Not wrapped up in drama. "Are you married?" she follows up. "Technically," Kody replies. "Emotionally? Not so much." That single sentence detonates online. He isn't divorced from Robyn. Not legally. Not spiritually. And yet he's already preparing to replace her. Hashtags trend worldwide.
Justice for Meri.
Kody replaced Robyn. Brown family broken. But alongside the outrage, something unsettling emerges: support. A Facebook group titled "Let Kody Start Over" gains thousands of members in days. Christine, meanwhile, posts a single photo on Instagram. She's smiling in the mountains. The caption reads, "Sometimes freedom tastes like truth." No names.
No explanations.
Just clarity. The season ends with a chilling flash forward. Kody in a tuxedo, standing in a field of sunflowers, holding a ring. A woman in white approaches, but her face is never shown. Text fades onto the screen. "To love again, but at what cost?" And Robyn's voice breaks the silence. "I sacrificed everything to be with him. Everything. And now he's bored." This isn't just the story of a man searching for a new wife. It's the slow, brutal unraveling of a woman who gave her entire life to a dream and is now watching it disappear, one confession at a time. The episode resumes in near silence. No music.
No narration.
Just the low hum of a house that no longer feels lived in. Robyn sits alone at the kitchen table, her hands wrapped around a mug that's gone cold. The camera lingers longer than is comfortable. This isn't scripted sorrow. This is the kind of grief that arrives when denial finally gives up. Kody moves through the house like a visitor. He doesn't look at her. He doesn't ask how she's holding up. Instead, he busies himself with tasks that don't need doing, straightening papers, checking his phone, pacing. The distance between them isn't physical. It's existential. They are no longer occupying the same emotional reality. In her confessional, Robyn finally speaks. Her voice is barely above a whisper. "I don't recognize him anymore," she says. "And I don't think he recognizes me." She pauses, swallowing hard. "I thought being loyal meant something. I thought staying meant something." This is the woman who defended him when the world turned against him. The woman who absorbed the blame when favoritism became impossible to deny. The woman who believed, truly believed, that endurance would be rewarded. Instead, she became expendable. Kody, in his own interview, frames the situation differently. He speaks calmly, almost clinically. "I'm not abandoning anyone," he insists.
"I'm evolving."
And sometimes evolution hurts. But evolution implies growth. What viewers are witnessing feels more like escape. The show cuts to unseen footage from earlier seasons, Kody laughing loudly, preaching about commitment, promising his wives that love multiplies when shared. The contrast is jarring. The man who once demanded loyalty without question now recoils from the very consequences of that demand. As the season progresses, the emotional imbalance becomes impossible to ignore. Kody speaks freely about Robyn, to producers, to therapists, to strangers, but rarely to Robyn herself. When she attempts connection, she's met with indifference. When she expresses pain, he responds with defensiveness. When she cries, he looks away. One moment, in particular, becomes emblematic of their collapse. Robyn stands at the kitchen counter, pouring hot water into 2 cups. "Do you want some tea?" she asks quietly. Kody doesn't look up from his phone. "No thanks." That's it. No follow-up.
No acknowledgement.
She waits a beat too long, hoping for more. When none comes, she sets the second cup down untouched and walks out of frame. Viewers later describe the scene as harder to watch than any argument. Online speculation explodes. Is Kody already emotionally involved with someone else? Has Robyn finally lost control of the narrative? Is this what Meri felt for a decade? Clips go viral. TikTok edits rack up millions of views. One moment, Robyn sitting alone in the backyard, watching her children play while tears stream silently down her face, becomes a lightning rod. The caption reads, "She wanted this life. Now she's living it." And then comes the unexpected turn. Robyn reaches out to Meri. The meeting takes place at a neutral cafe in Flagstaff. No grand music.
No dramatic build-up.
Just two women sitting across from each other, both visibly guarded. Robyn fidgets with her napkin before finally speaking. "I thought maybe we could talk." Meri doesn't smile. She doesn't bristle either. She simply nods. What follows is raw and painfully honest. Robyn admits she feels unwanted, that she suspects Kody regrets choosing her, that she wakes up every day afraid she's already been replaced. Meri listens quietly, then responds with a sentence that lands like a verdict. "Now you understand how I felt for 10 years. It isn't cruel. It isn't triumphant. It's factual. And it shifts the power dynamic completely. For the first time, Robyn isn't the exception. She's just another wife feeling the slow erosion of relevance. Kody, meanwhile, grows colder. In his interviews, he refers to his marriage as a chapter. Sometimes chapters end, he says. It's not about blame. It's about what's next. Those words ignite another firestorm. Critics accuse him of treating people like disposable storylines. Supporters argue he's finally being honest. Neutral viewers, once drawn in by family dynamics, begin turning away, uncomfortable with what the show has become. Then comes the moment no one was prepared for. Late one night, producers capture audio of Kody on the phone. The number is blurred. The voice on the other end is indistinct. But Kody's tone is unmistakable, soft, warm, flirtatious. "I just want someone I can breathe around," he says. "You're easy to talk to. You don't come with all the history." The producer filming audibly gasps. This isn't a storyline anymore. One crew member later admits. This is betrayal. And it's happening in real time. Robyn finds out. The confrontation unfolds in the kitchen. No shouting at first. Just trembling voices. "Who are you talking to?" she asks. "Just a friend," Kody replies. "Is she going to be your new wife too?" Robyn snaps, her composure finally breaking. "Are you replacing me like you replaced Meri? Like Christine?" Kody slams the fridge door shut. "You don't get it," he fires back. "I'm done living in a house full of ghosts." The silence afterward is deafening. Robyn leaves the house. Kody disappears into the garage. Cameras follow neither. The absence says more than any argument could. Days later, TLC releases a teaser. Robyn sits alone in a confessional booth, clutching a crumpled piece of paper. Her hands shake as she reads. "I never expected to be the last one standing, just to be left behind too." She looks directly into the camera. "I don't know if I'm still his wife. I don't know if he even knows who he is anymore." The teaser ends with text on screen. Next time, Kody begins the search for wife number 5. And then Meri's voice cuts in, sharp and unfiltered. "She's out there somewhere. I just hope he finds her before he loses everything." Kody's final confessional of the episode shows him walking through his living room, filming himself on his phone. No crew.
No script.
"I've been thinking about this for a long time," he says. "Robyn, I love her. But our relationship is broken. The others are already gone. I can't revive what's dead." He turns away from the camera. "I need to feel chosen again.
Desired.
Not just tolerated." The pain in his voice is real. So is the entitlement. The man who once preached eternal commitment now speaks the language of replacement, not repair. And with that, Kody Brown steps back into a world he swore he'd outgrown. The search for a new wife. Not to heal, not to rebuild, but to start over no matter who gets left behind. The first official date of Kody Brown's new chapter does not begin with hope. It begins with discomfort. TLC cameras follow Kody to a modest restaurant in Utah where he meets Janelle, a 34-year-old divorced woman from Orem. Janelle is polite, intelligent, and visibly aware of who Kody is. There's no illusion here.
She knows the show.
She knows the history. She even admits it casually, almost playfully. I watched Sister Wives in college, she giggles. You were a lot. Kody laughs, but it lands awkwardly. He wears a blazer layered over a graphic t-shirt, an outfit that feels caught between midlife reinvention and arrested development. He tries to flirt, but the energy doesn't sync. The conversation stalls, then veers sharply. So, would you ever want to do plural marriage? Kody asks, leaning forward with expectation. Janelle pauses, takes a sip of her drink, and responds calmly. Would you ever go to therapy? The table goes cold. Kody stiffens immediately. I'm not here to be analyzed, he snaps. I'm here for connection. Janelle smiles politely, but the chemistry is gone. The date wraps early. There's no second meeting. No follow-up text. Janelle disappears quietly from the narrative, and with her goes the illusion that this search will be easy. Back in Flagstaff, the news spreads fast. Janelle hears through the kids. Meri sees it unfold online. They meet at a bakery, cameras rolling, processing the absurdity together. He's really dating again? Janelle asks, eyes wide. Matchmaker and all. Meri replies flatly. Janelle laughs, not with joy, but disbelief. That man can't handle one wife right now, much less a fifth. Meri, more introspective, delivers the sharpest truth. It's not love anymore. It's image. He's chasing something that doesn't exist. Kody doubles down. The failure doesn't slow Kody down. It fuels him. In his next confessional, he appears agitated, almost manic. It's hard, he admits. But I'm not giving up until I find her. My new beginning. He speaks of legacy, of building again, of starting over with a second generation of sister wives. He sketches it out on a whiteboard for lots, one compound, one vision. It borders on delusion, or perhaps denial. As the episode ends, producers tease the next escalation, Kody reviewing video applications from potential wives. A yoga instructor from Arizona, a midwife from Idaho, a Christian vlogger from Colorado. Each woman praises family values.
Faith.
Commitment. I've always admired your journey, one says. I believe marriage is forever, another adds. Kody smiles. Maybe I'm not done after all. Meri snaps and shuts the door. The next episode opens with a moment no one expected. A text message. Meri reads it aloud in her confessional, her expression caught between disbelief and irritation.
Hey.
You got time for coffee? Just us.
Kody.
She doesn't look flattered. She looks stunned. That man ignored me for nearly 10 years, she says. And now he wants coffee? Still, she agrees. Not out of hope, but closure. They meet at a neutral coffee shop. Meri brings a friend, Lisa, who sits nearby as silent support. Kody arrives early, nervous, wearing the same cologne he wore when they first married. He's trying. When Meri enters, confident, composed, self-possessed, Kody visibly shrinks. You look wonderful, he stammers. Thanks, she replies, sitting down.
No hug. No hands, Jack.
The tension is unbearable. I've been thinking, Kody begins. Must have been serious. Meri cuts in. It took you 10 years.
Oof.
Kody attempts an apology, disguised as explanation. I did what I thought was best for the family. For balance. Balance. Meri challenges. You ghosted me while cuddling up with Robyn, like I didn't exist. He pivots. I miss how you used to see me. There it is. You don't miss me, Meri replies calmly. You miss being adored. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't attack. She simply ends it. I've healed, she tells him. I've built something for myself. I don't beg anymore. Kody asks quietly, You're really done? You ended us a long time ago, she answers. You just didn't say it out loud. When he suggests starting slow, Meri stands. You're not looking for me, she says. You're looking for someone to fill your silence. She walks out, leaving him alone with untouched coffee. For the first time, she leaves him. Robyn realizes the truth back at Robyn's house. The atmosphere is heavy. Saw Meri? Robyn asks casually. Yeah, Kody answers. She's not interested. Robyn freezes. That surprises you? Kody doesn't respond. For the first time, Robyn understands something terrifying. She isn't the last piece anymore. She's just another option fading out. Janelle. The unfinished story. Kody shows up at Janelle's door unannounced.
They talk. Coffee is poured.
Old rhythms resurface. Flashbacks remind viewers of what they once were. Partners, builders, equals. But Janelle doesn't forget why she left. I'm lighter now, she tells him. That word hits harder than anger. Later, Kody admits in his confessional, Janelle was my calm. And maybe I didn't appreciate that until it was gone. Viewers catch it immediately. This isn't romance. It's recruitment. When he proposes a family dinner, Janelle agrees, but on her terms. At the table, Kody says, we were a team. Gabriel looks up. Is this another one of your resets, Dad? Silence. Robyn finds the letter and strikes back. Robyn discovers Kody's handwritten letter to Janelle by accident. An invitation. A plan. A future sketched without her. She confronts him. You said I was forever, she sobs. He doesn't deny it. In her confessional, Robyn finally breaks. I wasn't the fourth wife. I was supposed to be the last. And then she changes. She gathers Meri, Janelle, and Kody together. She lays out screenshots, letters, evidence. I'm done being quiet, she says. And then she drops the bomb. I'm looking at real estate. Just me and the kids. Christine, watching from Utah, smiles knowingly. Favoritism never lasts. The children speak, and everything shifts. The next episode opens not with a wife, but a son. Gabriel Brown. I used to talk to my dad every day, he says. Then COVID hit, and he chose Robyn. His voice cracks. He didn't even call me on my birthday. No music.
No edits.
Just truth. For the first time in 20 seasons, Sister Wives stops being about Kody. It becomes about the people left behind. The family did not collapse all at once. It fractured slowly, quietly, in moments that were easy to ignore, until they weren't. Madison, Janelle's daughter, now a mother of 3, speaks from her home in North Carolina. A toddler rests on her hip while she stirs a pot on the stove with her free hand. Domestic life continues around her, but her voice carries the weight of someone who grew up inside a dream that didn't survive adulthood. My mom did everything to keep this family together, Madison says. Everything. And it still wasn't enough. She pauses, her jaw tightening. Dad used to say this family was his legacy. But when it got hard, he chose favorites and left the rest behind. Her voice breaks, not from sadness, but from fury. You don't get to build a kingdom and walk away when the walls start cracking. For years, viewers believed Robyn's children were the ones Kody protected most. The favored. The insulated. But then the narrative shifts. Unexpectedly, decisively. For the first time in the show's history, Robyn's daughters, Aurora and Brianna, speak directly to the camera. It's awkward now, Aurora admits, her voice trembling. Dad's here, but he's not really here. Brianna follows, quieter, but just as firm. He's so focused on fixing things with the other wives that he barely talks to us anymore, unless it's about filming. The revelation stuns viewers. The children once believed to be the center of Kody's attention now feel invisible too. Mom cries a lot, Aurora whispers. Usually, when she thinks we're asleep. The family meeting that shattered everything. The turning point comes not with shouting, but with honesty. A Zoom family meeting is organized by Madison and Gabriel.
No parents.
Just the children. Only 5 attend. Gabriel, Madison, Gwendolyn, Leon, and Savannah. At first, the conversation is polite, guarded. Then Madison asks the question everyone has been avoiding. Why do you think he's trying to get a new wife? Leon answers without hesitation. Control. He doesn't like being alone, Madison adds. He wants someone to orbit him again. Gwendolyn shakes her head. We're pawns now. Pieces he uses to rebuild his image. Savannah, usually the quietest, finally speaks. I wish we were still kids, she says softly. We didn't know any of this yet. That line lands like a punch, because now they know everything. The footage TLC never planned to air after the meeting ends. Gabriel forgets to log out. The camera keeps rolling. He speaks to a friend, unaware he's still being recorded. I don't think he realizes how much he's hurt us, Gabriel says. Or maybe he does and just doesn't care. Producers debate whether to include the clip. They decide they must. The final dinner, and the last chance Kody arranges one final dinner with Meri and Janelle. No cameras at the table.
No Robyn.
No children. Just 3 chairs. The restaurant is dark. 1 candle. A secluded booth. This is not dinner. This is a trial. Kody arrives last, tired, unshaven, hollow. I failed, he begins. Not you.
Me.
He offers letters. Apologies. Regret. Janelle doesn't touch hers. Meri cuts straight through.
Say it.
Don't hide behind paper. Kody admits the truth. Too late. I punished everyone for being imperfect. You punished us for not being Robyn, Janelle replies. He doesn't deny it. The blueprint, and the final rejection. Kody pulls out a hand-drawn map of Coyote Pass. A plan. Again. Meri stands. You want to build a house with me, she says, shaking, but you never built a safe space for me. She walks away. Kody breaks, for real this time. I've lost everything, he sobs. My wives. My kids. Even Robyn barely speaks to me. Janelle's voice is steady. You don't need another wife. You need help. Robyn leaves. Without a scene, Robyn packs quietly.
No speeches.
No tears for the camera. Just a note. I gave you everything. You spent it chasing what you lost. I refuse to be next. She leaves. No filming for 3 weeks. A first. The legacy collapses. Kody comes home to an empty house. Rips up the Coyote Pass blueprint. There is no legacy, he mutters. The children respond online. The internet erupts. TLC issues a statement. This is real. This is unscripted. The final image. Kody sits alone on a bench. I used to pray here, he says. Now I remember what I destroyed. He writes, I am alone. The screen fades to black. Overall summary. The collapse of the Brown family. The story chronicles the complete emotional, relational, and symbolic collapse of the Brown family, shifting the focus away from Kody and onto the voices of the wives and, most powerfully, the children. The breakdown becomes undeniable when Madison, Janelle's daughter, speaks openly as a mother herself. She reflects on how Janelle sacrificed everything to keep the family intact, only to be abandoned when Kody began favoring certain relationships. Madison condemns Kody for building a kingdom and walking away once responsibility became inconvenient. A major narrative twist follows when Robyn's daughters, Aurora and Brianna, once perceived as Kody's favorites, publicly admit they also feel emotionally abandoned. They reveal that Kody is physically present but emotionally absent, speaking to them only when filming requires it. They also disclose that Robyn cries privately at night, exposing deep instability within what was assumed to be the most secure household. The emotional center of the season arrives with a private Zoom meeting organized by the adult children. Without parents present, they openly discuss Kody's behavior, concluding that his desire for a new wife is rooted in control, fear of loneliness, and obsession with image. Savannah's quiet statement, wishing they were still children before understanding the truth, becomes one of the most painful moments, symbolizing lost innocence. Unintended footage captures Gabriel speaking after the Zoom call, revealing that he believes Kody either doesn't understand the damage he's caused or simply doesn't care. TLC chooses to air the clip, marking a shift toward unfiltered realism. When Kody watches the children's confessions, he reacts defensively, framing himself as a victim rather than reflecting on his actions. Viewers recognize this as rationalization rather than accountability. Janelle, seeing her children hurt, reaches a breaking point, realizing she spent years protecting a man who failed to protect their kids. Robyn, for the first time, pushes Kody to speak directly to the children rather than lecturing or avoiding them. This leads to a pivotal phone call between Kody and Gabriel. Gabriel allows Kody only 60 seconds and ultimately rejects his apology, accusing him of acting out of fear rather than remorse. The call ends with a brutal metaphor about Kody bleeding inside the glass house he built. Christine's children later discuss Kody from a position of emotional detachment, concluding that he is not rebuilding but unraveling. McKelty delivers a defining line. They were once his joy, but now they are his mirror, and he cannot face his reflection. A photo montage of happier family moments transitions into stark black and white imagery, accompanied by the children's final sentiments. Love still exists, but trust is gone. Madison asserts that the children will no longer remain silent. The season's emotional climax is a final dinner between Kody, Meri, and Janelle, without Robyn or the children. Kody apologizes and admits fault, but the timing renders his words hollow. He presents letters and another Coyote Pass blueprint, attempting once again to rebuild through plans rather than emotional safety. Meri firmly rejects the idea, stating he never created a safe space for her. Janelle tells him plainly that he needs professional help, not another wife or project. After the dinner, Robyn makes her quiet exit. Without confrontation or spectacle, she packs and leaves a note stating she refuses to be next after watching Kody chase what he lost. She requests time off from filming, underscoring the seriousness of her departure. Kody returns to an empty home, destroys his final blueprint, and declares his legacy dead. The children react publicly online, signaling final emotional separation. TLC releases a rare statement acknowledging that the events are raw, real, and unscripted. The season ends with Kody alone, sitting where he once prayed, writing in a notebook that he has lost his wives, his children, his home, and his identity. Each wife delivers a final reflective line, and Robyn concludes that she was never special, only next. The screen fades to black with the implication that Kody's story may be ending, while a possible future series centered on the women begins to emerge. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe the channel.